We are preparing ourselves still to be successful with geometry, and we have looked at different types of angles, different types of triangles, congruence, similarity, and all these videos, by the way, nicely organized on my site explainingmaths.com. But now it's time to have a look at quadrilaterals. And a quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon, okay? So a shape with four sides and four angles, yeah? Quad means four, like a quad bike, for instance. And I'm sure there are 1,000 other words where the word quad is used and it has a meaning of four. Okay, and we're gonna have a look at these 6 quadrilaterals: squares, rectangles, rhombus, parallelograms, trapeziums, and kites, or diamonds they call them in primary school, yeah, but we call them kites, eh? And we're gonna make a quick definition of each one of them. And that is harder than you imagine, because what is a square? Now, I'm quite sure that we can all make a sketch of a square. All of you will be able, if I ask you, what is a square? Give me a sketch, you'll be able to give me something like that. But what is the definition of a square? It's still important to realize that. Well, first of all, it has 2 pairs of parallel sides, okay? 2 pairs of parallel sides, because this is 1 pair of parallel sides, and these are, or that's the 2nd pair of parallel sides. Yeah, that's a square. Another thing, and I'm sure you realize that all the lengths are equal, okay? So if that one would be 4, then that one is 4, that one is 4, and that one is 4. All the angles are equal as well. So of a square, all the angles are equal, and considering you have 360 degrees to divide in a quadrilateral, if they're all equal, you have 4 angles, so they are all 90 degrees. They're all right angles in a square. Okay, but the last thing that is important to know about a square, and that is what a lot of you don't know, is that the diagonals, let me sketch them, the diagonals of a square also meet at an angle of 90 degrees, okay? So the diagonals of a square also meet at an angle of 90 degrees. Good, that was a square. Moving on to a rectangle. Now again, a rectangle, if I ask you, give me a sketch of a rectangle, everybody is able to do that, so that is fantastic. But what is a rectangle? A rectangle, again, like a square, has 2 pairs of parallel sides. Yeah, don't say 4 parallel sides, no, because they are not parallel. It has 2 pairs, 1, 2 of parallel sides. Then you say the opposite lengths are equal. So if this one, for instance, is 12, the opposite length is equal in size. If that one is 5, the opposite length is also 5. And finally, all angles are the same. So like a square, 360 degrees to divide equally over 4 angles, so all the angles are also perpendicular 90 degrees. Good. So that's a rectangle. So the diagonals do not meet at an angle of 90 degrees as they do for a square. Excellent. Rhombus. Now, a rhombus already becomes a little bit more difficult for some of you, but if I make a quick sketch of a rhombus, well, I'm trying my best, yeah, but that looks like a rhombus. So it's a quadrilateral, these are all quadrilaterals, and again it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So 1 pair, 2 pairs of parallel sides, okay? And all the sides, and that is important for rhombus, all the sides are equal in length. So all the sides are equal in length. So if that would be 7, that is 7, 7, 7. So I'm just going to write the word rhombus next to it, okay? Rhombus. So 2 pairs of parallel sides, and all the sides are equal in length. The other important thing is that the opposite angles are equal in size. So opposite angles are equal in size. If that is x, that is x. If that is y, that angle is y. The opposite angles are equal in size for a rhombus. And also, like a square, the diagonals meet at an angle, intersect at an angle of 90 degrees. Okay? So if you like, a rhombus is like a square, but then with a particular shear. Yeah, so it's been moved, okay? But it's like a square. Well, roughly, it has similar properties, because the other one that looks the same but isn't is the parallelogram. Yeah, that's a very bad sketch, by the way, but I hope you understand what I'm doing. Parallelogram. Okay, and what is a parallelogram? Again, like a rhombus, like a square, like a rectangle, 2 pairs of parallel sides. Opposite angles are equal, so this one is equal to that one. They're opposites. This one is equal to that one. Yeah, that by the way means that they together are 180 degrees and them two together is 180 degrees, but okay, that's something else. And that basically is it. No, opposite sides are also equal. Yeah, sorry. So if this one is 6, that one is 6. And if that one is 10, the opposite side is also equal in length. So a parallelogram, if you like, is like a rectangle that you have kind of pushed forward. Yeah, as you can see. And the square pushed forward turns into a rhombus. Fantastic. We've done 4 so far, 2 to go, trapezium and a kite. Now what is a trapezium? Now again, everybody can sketch me a trapezium. Well, for instance, this is a trapezium, but there are more examples. What is a trapezium? A trapezium is a quadrilateral where you have one pair of parallel sides. So as long as you have one pair of parallel sides and it's a quadrilateral, or if you have only one pair of parallel sides, we're talking about a trapezium. Okay, that's basically it. So something else, if I have, they're parallel here, and let's say that one goes there. As long as you have one pair of parallel sides, we are talking about a trapezium. Okay, so this is almost a parallelogram, but if they are not parallel, it makes it a trapezium because you only have one pair of parallel sides. Good, trapezium. Last one, a kite. For whatever reason in primary school they call that a diamond. Yeah, well, I know why, because it looks like a diamond, but we call it a kite. Yeah, we understand why we call it a kite? Yes, because it looks like a kite. Fantastic. What is a kite? 2 pairs of equal sides. Yeah, if this one is 5, that one is 5. That's one pair. If that one is 11, this one is 11. That's your second pair. Okay, so 2 pairs of equal sides. And you have one pair of equal angles. And hopefully you realize that is this pair. Those angles are always the same. And finally, that means, by the way, no, never mind. And finally, the diagonals meet at an angle of 90 degrees. Good. So I've defined those important quadrilaterals for you. Yeah, squares, rectangles, rhombuses, parallelograms, trapeziums, and kites. And although I know that you can sketch all of them, it is important that you understand what makes a rhombus and what makes a parallelogram a parallelogram. Yeah? Why do we call a particular quadrilateral a rectangle and why do we call it a square? What is a kite and when is something a trapezium? Super, super, super important. Okay, check my site explainingmaths.com for more resources, guys. I explain everything for you. You can ask me questions and I will help you. And share and like this video if it was useful, so I can help your friends too. Bye-bye.